It's recording. We're good.
In a documented physics experiment, a single domino was shown to knock over another domino 50% larger than itself. When you repeat this pattern, by the 30th domino, it would be long enough to topple the Empire State Building. That's a powerful way to see how exponential growth works. Now, what if I told you that money grows the same way? When I first learned this, it completely changed how I thought about investing. It made me realize that wealth is not a question of luck or starting big, but about small decisions repeated consistently which become powerful. Hi, my name is Lucas. Over the past few years, I've studied finance independently through pre-college programs and immersions, built my own portfolio, founded my school's finance club, as well as a nonprofit organization teaching these ideas to younger students. All of it led me to the same conclusion. You don't need to be an economist or a Wall Street professional to understand wealth. You just need to understand time. You see, in finance, time is the greatest multiplier. Einstein once called compounding the eighth wonder of the world. So what is compounding? Well, compounding is a process where an investment earns returns on its returns. Let's look at stocks. Say you invest $100 at a 10% return, the market's average annual return rate. Over 10 years, that eventually becomes $250. But over 40 years, that same $100 becomes more than $4,500. Time rewards discipline more than it rewards brilliance. When I first started, the market felt intimidating. Felt like everywhere I looked there were warnings of crashes and recessions. And when you zoom in on a 1-year chart, the market really does feel chaotic. Prices jump up and down, sometimes violently. If this is all you ever see, investing might even look like gambling. And I don't know about you, but that's not how I want to plan my future. Zooming out, however, there has never been a 20-year period where the US stock market has ended with a negative return. Never. And you don't need to be an expert to benefit from this. Time does more for the average investor than prediction ever will. When you're playing the long game, you stop worrying about the market every day and start checking your vision for the future. That's when investing stops feeling intimidating and starts feeling empowering. Raise your hand if you've ever had to memorize the Pythagorean theorem in high school. Now, raise your hand if you've ever been taught how to invest in high school. We spend years learning how to solve equations, memorize formulas, and recall dates, but almost no time spent learning how money actually works in real life. Nationally, progress has been made. About 30 states now require some form of personal finance education. But the focus is almost entirely on short-term survival, like budgeting, credit scores, and avoiding scams. Don't get me wrong, those are all important. But when you zoom in on investing, that number of states shrinks to only 12. The question becomes, are students being taught how to manage money just for today, or how to build wealth for tomorrow? Time is the one advantage every student has. Yet, when investing isn't taught, that advantage begins to fade. But this problem is not unsolvable. I've seen what works firsthand through my nonprofit organization, the Foundations of Finance Project. In one lesson with 6th graders, we used candy as currency and gave the students a choice. Either spend their candy in a shop we set up, or save it. Now what we didn't tell them is that if they resisted the temptations and saved their candy would actually multiply. Without any complex formulas or financial jargon, the students picked up on the core concept of compounding. Small, disciplined decisions today grow over time. Not every student will be fortunate enough to be taught investing in school, but that does not mean you have to wait. Take initiative. Start by learning the basics, even one clear YouTube video on investing. Then, open an account, even with a parent if you're younger. Finally, start small, invest consistently in something broad like the S&P 500 and let it sit. When students choose to learn and start for themselves, they are not just gaining financial knowledge, but actively shaping their futures instead of leaving them to chance. Thank you.